I mean, that's just a super job by number 6 on the here's the replay.
And what do you think of that throw all the way across the field?
Well, that's a hitch route, and so it's a good throw, but this is what's impressive. That little move there, he just leaves the young man on the ground. I mean, that's a terrible situation to be in as a defensive back. Look at number 33 hustling down the field, though, making a good play for Pahokee.
All right, so 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. Holly to his left, looking to throw. Got nobody. Throws across the field again, and that's a dangerous pass to Thompson that was almost picked off. Martavius Odoms on the coverage.
Yes, and did a great job coming back to number 6, who kind of laid off coming back to the ball a little bit, but give Odoms all the credit in the world. He came back, got his hand in, made a nice play.
All right, so no gain on the play.
Here's the replay. If you watch, as the ball's released, you're going to see the defensive back for Pahokee come up the field and actually get his hand in there. Well, maybe not. Maybe number 6 did drop it, but it still was a good play.
All right, on 2nd down, here is a throw to the sideline, and that is complete, and a gain inside the 10-yard line there. Travis Benjamin on the catch, and a nice gain after catching the ball in the left flat.
Well, here's what happened. They're taking number 6, Thompson, and they're doubling him when he comes to the wide side of the field. So they ran a little hitch route with Benjamin, and you know how fast he is. You know how fast he is. That was an excellent call by the offensive coordinator for Glade Central.
1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. And here is Holly around the left side. He's going to be wrapped up pretty quickly, but not before he gained about 2 yards on the play. Well, let's make that 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7.
I can predict one thing for sure, Dan. Holly is going to sleep well tonight.
He has been a workhorse for this team, absolutely. On 2nd down now, still in the shotgun. Fakes it and whoop, leaves the ball laying on the field, and it looks like the Blue Devils have it. They do. Pahokee recovers the fumble. Incredible as the Blue Devils keep their lead 28-21, and that really hurts for the Raiders.
I hope we get the replay on this, because with his back to us, I couldn't see how Holly lost control of the ball. It was a fake dive play to the running back. Here it is right here. He got the ball on his hip. That could come a little bit, Dan, from fatigue. He got the ball on his hip, and what happened is he didn't secure it with both hands. The ball flipped out, and Pahokee, big play.
Huge turnover for the Blue Devils, who now will take back control with the ball just past the 10-yard line. Anthony Shepard, and he's going to give it to one of his running backs, but there are flags immediately on the play as the officials stop it. And rain has started to fall here once again, and a little heavier, I would even guess, than in the first half.
Yeah, and they need to get a towel over that ball, because if they don't, that thing's coming out again. That was a procedure call, on Pahokee to move them farther back, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Dan, to see a fumble down here. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
The rain starting, the ball is going to be a little slick. Pahokee getting a big turnover there, but then losing 5 yards on the penalty, which puts them deep in a hole. The ball resting on about the 5-yard line. 1st and 15. And movement again, this time on the offensive line, and it's going to take them back 5 more yards. If they have that much room, yes, they do.
Yeah, they're going to go half the distance. They're going to have the ball on approximately the 3-yard line. You know,
not good.
No, Coach tried to change the snap count, which I always think is a good thing. You're always afraid, though, that your own guys will jump, and it's exactly what's happened twice in a row.
And Shepard getting a little vocal in the huddle there, urging his teammates to keep their heads about him, because now, even after recovering the fumble, a 1st and 20 from inside the 5-yard line. Shepard with the give across the left-hand side, and a nice gain actually there by number 22, Vincent Smith. So a big pickup for Smith, but it's only going to bring him back to close to the original line of scrimmage. But still a 9-yard gain on that one over the left-hand side, and that certainly helps.
Well, absolutely. It gets you out of the shadow of your goalpost. Vincent Smith is only a sophomore, and he showed great quickness to get to the off-tackle hole. I really think Pahokee is better off running the ball to their offensive left. They've had much more success running it that way than to their offensive right.
So second down now and 12 for the Blue Devils. Looks like there was movement on Glade's defensive line, but I don't see a flag. It's going to be a short run up the middle by, once again, Smith.
You know, Glade Central is daring Pahokee to throw the football. They're just daring them. They've got 9 guys up on the line of scrimmage. They got 9 guys up in the line of scrimmage, and they have the 2 corners covering the wideouts. They're daring them to throw the football.
Excuse me for leaning forward, but in this press box, for me to actually see Pahokee at this point, I do have to lean out just a little bit to the left.
He's not actually that short.
No, I try not to be. All right, 3rd and 8. Big play here for Pahokee.
Watch number 44.
Spreading the field wide, and there is a flag, delay of game on Pahokee, and something that Leroy Foster is not going to be happy about.
No, but that's a coaching penalty because you've got to get the ball in before that, and that goes on the sideline over there. Dan, number 44, the tight end for Pahokee, caught a big pass in the first quarter, and he was wide open, and they haven't gone back to him since. And that's who I feel can get open against that linebacker in the middle of the field. Let's see if Leroy Foster has the same idea I have.
Well, it's certainly a throwing situation if your objective is to get the first down here. So here's Shepard now, but he's going to hand it up the middle, and a nice effort there by Smith again, but not nearly enough for the first down. And it will allow Pahokee, however, to punt the ball and at least get it a little bit out of their own territory.
Have you ever seen so many running backs come out of one school? They just keep coming and coming and coming, and this one's going to be an outstanding running back in his own right.
28-21 Pahokee, 4:50 left in the ball game.
We need a big play. Our Glade Central needs a big play from their punt returner here. At least catch the ball.
Taurus McKinley is back deep, and it looks like he is going to field it, and he fumbles. He fields the ball and he fumbles, but I think he got the ball back. And yes, he did. The signal is that he got the ball back. But both teams having trouble hanging on to the ball here.
Yes, and I could see it. It's a confidence thing now because he's dropped 2.
All right, and Joel is on the sideline. What do you got for us?
Thanks, Dan. I just got done speaking with Mr. Nathan Hanna, a very involved member in his town of Pahokee. Pahokee is football heaven, as he quoted to me. There are young kids starting to play football in what they call the City League. The City League is very familiar to what you folks may know as Pop Warner football. And these kids start playing, we're talking around about the age of 5, 6, and 7. These kids are already on the field. They're recruiting them, and they want to get these kids on this varsity field as early as they can. Some people have their freshman kids playing on the varsity and getting that experience because all they do is breed football players and get them out playing pro ball. They love having it. It's a great tradition in this area, and that's the way they like to have it here. Pahokee football heaven. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Joel. And you saw as Joel was giving his report, a first down pass over the middle, falling incomplete by Holly.
The thing that Joel reported on, Pahokee has a little advantage in that because they have their 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in the same building as the high school.
Always tremendous athletes coming out of this school as well as Glade Central. All right, a little pitch here over to the left-hand side to McLeod. He's got some room and blockers. Not going to be enough to get the first down, but he is inside the 40-yard line and actually got a pretty good spot there.
Yeah,
might be closer than I thought to a first down. The officials actually are already moving the chains, so he did.
Dan, that's a dead pitch. You notice that the quarterback was never going to run the football. Pahokee's changed their defense a little bit to take it out of the quarterback's hands, and now that little speed option is open on the pitch.
1st and 10, the give again to McLeod up the middle. He's going to fight hard for about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, methodically trying to go after him, tiring him out. Pahoke's changed their defense. They got more people up front. I'm surprised that they haven't thrown a little more play-action pass. If they would stick something in here and roll, I think they can get the ball to number 6.
The Raiders seem to be on their way to a tying touchdown 2 possessions before, but ended up fumbling the ball. And now Holly going deep over the left-hand side. The ball pops up. Almost intercepted, almost caught for a touchdown. Take your pick. It was close to both, but it ends up falling incomplete. Travis Benjamin was the intended receiver.
Jacoby Wooten on the coverage came underneath the post route and actually got his hand up in there. Holly's pass was a little bit behind. Here's the replay. The pass was just a little bit behind the receiver, but number 14, Wooten.
Dwight Bentley.
Is right all over. I'm sorry. Dwight Bentley's all over it. You see him in there in the picture, and they're all looking for the football. Now
right.
We got third and 8.
3rd and 8. The ball on the 36-yard line of Pahokee. Holly rolling to his right. He's got some pressure. Steps up, throws deep over the middle. Once again, looking for Benjamin, and Benjamin takes a good lick, and almost expected to see a flag there, but none came.
Dan, that should have been a penalty. I'm sorry. In the booth, guys, or down there in the thing, that should have been a penalty. That was an uncatchable ball, and they drilled the receiver after the ball was over his head. In high school football, that's a no-no. And the umpire, the back judge, excuse me, there should have been a flag there.
All right, well, on 4th down, it looks like Glades is going to go for it. 4th and 8 from the 36-yard line. Man in motion. Holly in the shotgun. Back. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, and he's going to run it, and is going to be dragged down finally at the 30-yard line, rather. Pahokee gets the ball back, and jubilation on the far sidelines with just 3.5 minutes to go in the game, and rain falling here. A big hold for the Blue Devils, but there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, Holly doesn't get any open receivers because Pahokee goes in there. Well, that was the play before, I believe.
That was the previous play.
Here's the hit on the number 3, though. The ball is, well, that's the play before that.
That was the play before that. Certainly acrobatic stuff going on anyway.
But I think Holly was about what? Yes. Holly came within what, a half a yard of the first down?
Yeah. And there is a player down on the field, a Pahokee player being attended to.
Now let's remember that I believe Glade Central still has all 3 of their timeouts available to them, so this ball game is far from over.
That's correct. 3:35 to go, 4th quarter. Pahokee holding on to a 28-21 lead. And I'm not making this up. As we were driving, I was saying I could see this as being a 27-20 kind of an outcome. And, well, here we are late in the game, and it's 28-21. And the director is in my ear, if he could turn off.
All right.
Okay, we have a replay coming up.
Okay, Holly back in the pocket. And I don't know if this is the run or the pass on the interference. This is the run. And if you look at the sticks up at the top of your screen, you can see that he comes, by breaking that tackle, he comes within, an eyelash of making the first down. That was not even a yard.
So Pahokee hoping to hold on to the ball here and run off some clock. The give around the left-hand side, and look at the effort by Smith, and picks up, I believe, a first down on that play.
Yeah, he was actually stopped down in the backfield. They ran a blitz, and they had him stopped cold.
Vincent Smith, the
sophomore running back, breaks the tackle. You know, that's because he has fresh legs. His legs are very fresh. And you've got to believe that some of these players out there, in the intensity that this game's been played in, are still going to be a little bit tired.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 again for Pahokee, moving the ball past their own 40-yard line. Ball at the 41.